I first moved here to Fort Walton Beach in like 2005, 2006 or something like that. And I didn't know what to do. I was a single airman. There wasn't a whole lot in my eyes, at least at the time. So a video like this would have been super helpful. So that's what we're going to go over today is the top 7 things to do here in Fort Walton Beach. And you're definitely going to want to stick around for the last one because it is a good one. What is going on? My name is Andrew, and this is
AJ.
And we are local realtors here serving the Emerald Coast. So that's everything from Pensacola to Panama City Beach, and of course, everything in between. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you ding that little bell because that's going to notify you every single time we do a new video.
We want to thank all our returning viewers and our subscribers, and also if you're new to the channel, maybe this is the first time that you see us, thank you for watching our videos. We appreciate every time you guys give us a call, text, or Facebook message, or even like comments down below. It's always great feedback, and absolutely, if you have any questions about buying, selling, moving to or from the area, we absolutely love helping you guys. Seriously, every time you guys call us, it's like Christmas in December. Get it? Because we're in December shooting this. Christmas.
unless they're watching like in June.
Oh, well then it's like Christmas in June. So you just change it. You know, everything is fine.
So going into our first one of the day, and these are in no particular order at all. This will be Wild Willie's Adventure Zone. Okay, this is, there's a lot of activities going on here. You've got bumper boats. You've got those not really bumper cars. What do you call it? The race car, around the track.
Oh, yeah.
The
Go-karts.
Go-karts, thank you. Jeez.
Words.
So you've got go-karts, so you can, pit stop your friend if he made you mad or shove him into a wall or whatever.
So violent.
Yeah, it's very fun there. And then they've got a 3-story cable climbing park. You connect the cable, and then you got to go up the monkey bars and then do the tightrope walk and all of that cool stuff. Yeah, so, and then my favorite part about Wild Willie's is the arcade, because I am a sucker for those crane games, and they have like these really big ones too. You can get like these huge, like one of them is just like a bunch of like these really big balls. Like I don't even want one of those, but I want to because I want to win it. You know what I mean? So
I don't even want this, but I just want to get it.
Yeah. So cool little arcade there. You can win some prizes. You can turn it in for stuff. I always just give them out to either somebody I'm with or just a random kid or something. Unless it's those stuffed animals, then I just want to win them. I give them out too, but I just really want to do that part. That's really all I'm there for. So that's Wild Willie's Adventure Zone. Very fun place, especially for those of you with kiddos.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I had like this super traumatic experience at one of those one time. It wasn't at Wild Willie's. It was like when I was younger, and I got stuck in one of those like bumper car things. It would just like keep spinning. It wouldn't do anything. Like as soon as they set me in it and like released me, it was like it wasn't going anywhere. It would just spin and spin and spin. I was like, I was like, please get. I thought I was just gonna puke everywhere. So I don't go on those anymore. But if you invite me onto the cable part, though, I'm all about that. I'll totally try out the cables and maybe the arcade part. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah,
just specifically the claws, so I can get one for Sage. Speaking of Sage, she absolutely loves the Gulfarium, which happens to be our second thing we're going to talk to you guys about, and it is just across 98 from Wild Willie's. And looking at it from the outside, you wouldn't think that the Gulfarium was so like well encompassing of different things to see over there.
Yeah, when you look at it from the outside, you're like, oh, it's a pretty small Gulfarium, and then you go inside, and it's like there's so much to do.
There's so much, and I mean, they've had to incorporate additional parking just to facilitate all the people that want to go over there because they've got so much for a small aquarium. It's really great. They've got this huge aquarium area with like a big wall of glass so that you can go and get pictures with the kids or with your significant other, whatever. I mean, because it's fish, you know, it's really cool. Wildlife. But they've got a little ledge you can sit on, and you have like a sharks going right by your face. It's really cool. And in that same like lower level area, you've got additional like singular little aquariums with specific fish that you can check out and learn a bit about them. So if you're a homeschooler, then you can teach your kids about different types of sea life. And then kind of like the old, like, was it Free Willy? They've got this big aquarium for the dolphins. You're not going to see whales in there. But you will see dolphins in there. And they've got like cutout windows at different levels. So if you've got, small children, they can look out like the lower window. And then if you're, a normal sized adult, not like me who has to use the child window, they have taller windows that you can look at and watch the dolphins swim around. Or you can go up the stairs and watch the dolphin show from above, which arguably has the better view. Also a bit wetter because the dolphins will splash you during the show.
So make sure you're not afraid of a little water, and if you are, sit further up in the stands.
Yeah, definitely. They'll let you know too which areas are more prone to get sprayed. But in that same, like, once you go down, that's at like the top level where you'll see the dolphin shows. If you go down one level to like the middle level, then you'll start to see like some of the interactive portions. You'll see seals and sea lion shows, and you'll see this center area where you can actually like touch like horseshoe crabs and stuff. And then there's this like little pirate boat thing that you can go stand on, and there's a moat with sharks swimming around it, so you feel like you're on like a pirate ship. Sage loves that part for some reason. She's like, I just want to watch the sharks swim round and round.
It's not even the best part.
I know. You want to tell them the best part?
The best part is the penguins. They have penguins there. Little chubby guys in tuxedos waddling around. They're so awesome. They're like my favorite. I don't know why.
He always wants to go see the penguins.
Are the best.
It's funny. Sage likes them too, but they also have like a whole other area where you can see some sea turtles that are, being nursed back to health, and they're in like their own individual little environments being helped. Or then there's another area with a bunch of stingrays that's kind of shallow, so you can see really well down there and just see like all of them swimming around, some giant fish. So there's just so much to see and do and teach the kids. It's very educational. It's very fun. It's outdoors, so you can get some fresh air. Or you can go down into the aquarium area where it's a little bit warmer. If it's like cold outside, you can still see quite a bit. So it's a really great activity, basically year round.
So moving on to number 3 on our list, we're going to head just about 100 feet east of the area we were just talking about, and we're going to go to the Fort Walton Beach Boardwalk. A lot of you guys have probably been to a boardwalk before. This one's not that different. It's got a lot of the same stuff. Several different places to eat. You've got Rockin' Tacos there. Oh, the best. Absolutely delicious. Not my favorite Mexican place in town, but definitely a very good spot to go. They've got their meat is very tender. I don't know what it is. They're like fajita meat. It's so really soft, good. Juicy. It's delicious. But they've got very interesting specialty drinks, which I think are pretty cool. They have this one. It's like a blackberry jalapeno, if I remember correctly, or some sort of berry jalapeno. I wasn't really sure what to think. Jalapeno in my drink, kind of weird, but it's actually not too terrible. It's
not too terrible. Yeah. He means delicious.
It was delicious, yeah. And then you've got a good view over the entire beach, and then overlooking some of the volleyball and things like that. Then of course you've got Crab Trap right there as well. So if you're looking for some seafood, you've got that option. And there's a couple other restaurants as well. And then there's also a bunch of cool little shops. Just really cool stuff. Just like good for souvenirs, just good for taking back, good for decorating your condo if you've moved down here into a condo or house that you're trying to give a beachy theme to.
Or you want a new bathing suit or like a new cover up.
Yep.
They
they have that? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they do have clothes stores and stuff. Yeah, I got a hat there. I was kind of confused at first. I had my picture or my head on this one, that real cool one on the second floor with all the decoration stuff. They have so much cool random stuff here. Anyway, point is, lots of cool little shops. And then you've got the Fort Walton Beach Pier that is also attached to the boardwalk. This is a good spot to go. While you're out here, it's like $2 to walk this thing. Go out there and do it. It's really cool. It gives you a whole different perspective on this. By the time you finally walk out to the end of the pier and you turn around and you realize how far you are from the land, you're out here in the middle of everything. You've got these metal grates there that you can see all the way down right into the ocean. So if you're a little queasy, just be mindful of that. It's, like I said, just a couple of bucks to do this. You'll see lots of fishermen. You've got these big birds that'll be walking around, the herons and stuff. They're looking for scraps, and they'll be right next to you. You won't even notice it because they'll be still with their big old like necks and just like, you know.
What do they look like?
They look like that. Yeah. It's a classic heron. Like everybody knows that. And you can look out over. You see everything in the water. You'll see the wildlife. You'll see maybe even sharks and sea turtles and fun stuff.
Dolphins.
Yeah, and very cool. And, you know, for those of you that like fishing, you can also get rod and reel there with all of your bait, and you can actually get a temporary fishing license because, please keep in mind, here in Florida, you can't just fish anywhere. You do need a license to do it unless you're a resident of Florida over 35. There's some other nuances there, too. But there at the pier, they'll give it to you. It's a one-day pass. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's like $9 or something. It's real inexpensive. So you can get everything you need, and to even grab yourself a couple of cold drinks and go out to the end of the pier and fish.
So we talked about the pier and everything over the boardwalk. This will take us over to number 4. Well, actually down, not really over, because you'll just take us some steps down from the boardwalk, and there you are on the beach. And this beach is really awesome for a few reasons. Kind of like Navarre Beach, it's got tons of parking. Actually, I think more parking. And it's got some great facilities. It's got some volleyball nets. My friends and I that we like to dance, we'll bring some canopies out there and some music, and we'll like salsa and bachata on the beach, because what's better than dancing on the
Bachata
beach?
is a type of dancing.
It's really cool because you can just park right there and you have a straight shot right there. It's a great area there, and then we can go grab dinner at one of the restaurants on the boardwalk, and then there's restroom facilities and showers right there below that area, and you've got the beach right there. And like I said, with volleyball equipment, you'll see people fishing, swimming, sunbathing, dancing. It's great. There's like a huge amount of space. It's wonderful to go walking. If you like walking the beach, Okaloosa Island beaches are some of the best to go walking on. They're just like pristine beaches. Either direction you go, whether you start at the boardwalk and head east or west, or if you go down to, what are there, like 7 public beach accesses along the Santa Rosa Boulevard, I think it is. You just go to any of these and just start walking. Just don't forget where you parked. Don't pass your access whenever you're trying to come back. Bring water, maybe fresh water, not salt water, and enjoy your walk, whether you go at sunrise or sunset or during the water, and then step into the water, cool off a bit. It's just a really, really good time. You're not going to, I feel like our beaches are a lot softer than other people's beaches. You can walk and not chop your feet all up. You actually have like, quartz crystal, beads almost is what our sand is along your feet. So it's like a little gentle pedicure every time you go for a walk on our beaches. It's nice instead of painful. So definitely check those out.
Yeah, and Fort Walton's got a distinct advantage because you have a height limit on all the buildings there, so you're not going to have a huge influx of people on the beach. So if you are looking for a little bit of extra space, this is the area that I would recommend for you. And for those that don't know, because we didn't really cover this in this portion, the big thing with our beaches is probably seeing on the screen, we're going to put several shots up there for it, is our water and our sand is a little bit different than most other areas in the country. In fact, our sand is straight, just crushed granite from the Appalachian Mountains from like 200,000 years ago or something crazy. Don't quote me on that exact number because I don't remember the age that it takes to come down here, but it's powdery. I mean, it's like sugar almost, and beautiful, beautiful color. And then, of course, our waters have that beautiful emerald color, which is why we call it the Emerald Coast. And it's practically see-through. Some of the best beaches I've ever been to in my entire life, and this is not just me because I live here and I've got that pride from it. Like, I've traveled all over the world, and these are some of the best beaches I've ever been to. So just want to make that a quick note there in case you guys have never been here or have never seen the Emerald Coast in general. That's kind of what you're in for when it comes to the beach. Now, getting out of the sun a little bit, we're going to move over into number 5 on our list, which is the Emerald Coast Science Center. So this is a great option, particularly for kids. I think it's probably up to around age 12, although I think their website said like up to 16 or something. This is a very interactive science center, so you're not just going there and reading a plaque, watching a picture. You are actually engaging, you're doing stuff, you're watching science in action. So this is really good for those of you guys with kids that are looking to get them away from the sun or away from the sugary deliciousness that they're wanting to shovel in their face, and get them to actually keep that learning-based mindset that they might be slowing down on over the summer. And it's a fun way to interact with them in the process, so they don't feel like they're learning, but they are, and they're getting that stimulation, which is really good because you have that big break during the summer, so a lot of people like going here.
That was very well thought out for someone without children.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
proud of you. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
It's almost like I had help.
Going back to some of the like water and park and outside stuff just for a minute is our number 6. We're going to tell you guys about Liza Jackson Park. This is like, I don't know, a very well thought out, functional, multi-use area, really. It's great for the children because there are multiple playgrounds there and they're age specific. So you've got like 2 to 5 year olds and, you know, just different ones so that you don't have like the really big kids playing with the really little kids. You know, it's safer. They're not, you know, the smaller ones, they move a little bit slower, and the bigger ones, they move a bit faster. So we don't want the little ones being trampled on by the bigger ones. So it's really nice the way they've set it up. And then in the middle, they've got some restroom facilities. And then just to the west of that area, you've got, you know, a dog park, and you've got some gazebos, so you can, you know, have some lunch there. There are a couple of restaurants really close by. And then moving further west, you've got a nice parking area with a boat launch and some docks. So you can put in a boat, your jet skis, some paddle boards, some kayaks. And
have your friend come pick you up.
Yes, have your friend come and pick you up. That's like the best, because I don't have a jet ski, so I love when my friends come and pick me up on jet skis. It's awesome. And I don't have to put gas in it or clean it. I don't mind giving some money for gas or buying lunch while we're out on the water, but I just like not having to do the physical part of it. I just like, you know, chilling. But anyways, definitely a great spot to put in and then go check out, you know, the, you know, Spectre Islands or whatever. And what's really cool is they really thought it out well because there's an ice stop right there. So you can, like, if you've forgotten to pick up some ice for your beverages or just like to be cool, you know, you're going to spend the day out on a jet ski or on a boat or something, you forgot to grab ice, there's an ice station right there. You can fill up bags and fill up your cooler, and it's just super convenient. It's a lot easier than, you know, going to the gas station and going and bringing back the bags. You can fill up whatever you have just right there at the station and just go.
And for you dog lovers, there's an entire section of this park just for you and your four-legged friend. So this is one of the few places you can actually get your dog on the water legally, right? Because you're not supposed to bring your dogs out of the beach. In Fort Walton, there's only one area in our entire Emerald Coast area that allows that, and this is not one of them. So they've got a little beach area there, but it's on the Sound, so it's not the Gulf of Mexico, which is why it is legal. And then they've got a small and a large fenced-in area for your dogs as well. So then, you know, it's like a dog park, just like anything else. All right, number 7 on our list, and my personal favorite, but this is just because I'm a little bit of a nerd. I enjoy learning things. I enjoy the you know, the nostalgic effect of prior Air Force, and I used to fly. So for me, the Air Force Armament Museum is a big one here in our area. It's located in Shalimar, just outside the Eglin Air Force Base gate. And it just puts on display on the outside a lot of different aircraft that the U.S. military has flown, the U.S. Air Force has flown over the years. So it's got everything from fighter jets to cargo airplanes to even bombers and helicopters. And they're huge, right? They're the actual replicas. These are the actual ones that have been flown in combat. They've been stripped out and then put on display here. So it's actually got a variant of an aircraft I used to fly called the AC-130. My version didn't have guns. The one that is on display does. And then it's got my favorite aircraft of all time, the SR-71. It's so cool. The Blackbird's a spy plane, super fast, fastest plane on the planet as far as I know. I mean, unless they, unless something has beaten that. Like, it literally stretches like 15 feet when they're at max speed. Like, it's insane. Wow. They have to replace all these bolts and stuff every time it flies. Really cool, but I'm not going to nerd out too much on you there. Very cool stuff on the outside, and then you've also got the inside too, which is multi-level, and there's a ridiculous amount of stuff in here, and it just shows a little bit of the history of Eglin Air Force Base and what their main mission has been for so many years, because they are a bomb and missile testing site. That's the biggest, the biggest portion that Eglin Air Force Base does. So it's got a ton of history from that, and shows the different types of bombs that they made, missiles, things like that we use in combat to help protect this country and stuff. And it's just really cool. Very good to go out there, get some learning done, and take a little bit of a break and see these just massive monsters sitting there in front of you. Because we see them flying around. Yeah. You don't get to see like how big they really are until you actually go to the Air Armament Museum.
And speaking of how big they actually are and seeing them in person, like, kids actually love it. Sage loves it. She doesn't understand like really what they are. She calls it the airport, but she loves going there and standing next to the big planes. She just thinks it's the coolest thing. There are nice like walking pads and such that you can go chill out or have like some lunch on the grass, and then go back and walk around some more. Like, we like eating outside a lot, obviously. She loves picnics. But keep in mind that a lot of retirement ceremonies, promotion ceremonies, and things of that nature happen here at the Armament Museum. So
say, yeah.
I know, right? Kind of chew on it a little bit. So if you do show up and you see, a whole bunch of people probably in uniforms, just be respectful. You can still go in and walk about. We've always seen it whenever we were doing different ceremonies, but just try to maintain a little bit of a noise discipline whenever you're walking through there during those times. Be respectful of that. But it's a really cool thing to go and see. I don't really think people consider like making a lot of noise in a museum regardless. But
yeah, I don't really think that's the normal
not time to party in the museum.
So those are the top 7 things that we suggest doing while you're here. For those of you that are interested in learning a little bit more about Fort Walton Beach, right at the end of the video, we'll throw up another link of a video. You can just click, and it will just start running all of our Fort Walton Beach videos, so you can get to learn everything there is to know about it. And if you are at the point where you want to reach out to a real estate professional, maybe you're about to move here, then all of our contact information is on the screen, and we'd love to help.
See you at the next one.